Hello and welcome, students. How are you? I hope that you all are fine, enjoying a lot. Students, in the earlier session, we have discussed transactions, types of transactions, that is, economic transactions and non-economic transactions, cash transactions and credit transactions. We have understood the rules to identify cash and credit transactions. So by that way, you can come to know that which particular transaction is cash transaction and which particular transaction is your credit transaction. So बच्चों, हमने कैश ट्रांजैक्शन देख लिया, क्रेडिट ट्रांजैक्शन देख लिया, but original the concept is dual effect. Now first of all, let us understand what is dual effect. That means for every economic transactions, when two effects, one on debit side and one on credit side, are given or passed, as per the accounting norms, as per the accounting rules of debit and credit, it is known as dual effects of a transaction. तो आपको लगेगा बच्चों कि व्हाट इज डेबिट क्रेडिट रूल. तो ड्यूअल इफेक्ट में कोई भी ट्रांजैक्शन की दो इफेक्ट होती है. एनी फाइनेंशियल बिजनेस ट्रांजैक्शंस व्हिच आर गोइंग टू बी रिकॉर्डेड इन द बुक्स ऑफ अकाउंट्स, दैट विल ऑलवेज हैव टू इफेक्ट्स. अगर मैं आपको एक एग्जांपल दूं, दैट यू हैव परचेज्ड फुलस्केप फ्रॉम स्टेशनरी शॉप, so you have to think that what is going on with such transaction, which are the effects by happening of such transaction. By purchasing Fullscape from your stationery shop, you are paying 10 rupees, 20 rupees to that stationery shop owner. So to get that information, that which particular two effects are being involved in that transaction, आपको सोचना पड़ेगा कि इस ट्रांजैक्शन से मेरे पास फुलस्केप आ रही है, एट द सेम टाइम द अमाउंट ऑफ कैश दैट इज गोइंग टू बी पेड टू स्टेशनरी शॉप ओनर. सो एवरी फाइनेंशियल ट्रांजैक्शंस which are about to be recorded in the books of accounts will always have minimum two effects. Why? Because transaction will always took place between two parties. सो मिनिमम दो इफेक्ट तो हर एक ट्रांजैक्शन की होगी ही. तो अब जाके वो इफेक्ट जो हुई उसको डेबिट क्या कैसे करेंगे, क्रेडिट कैसे करेंगे. सो वी आर हैविंग सर्टेन रूल्स फॉर डेबिट एंड क्रेडिट विच आर कॉल्ड एज गोल्डन रूल्स, बिकॉज ऑन सच बेसिस ओनली, ऑन सच रूल्स ओनली, यू आर अबाउट टू पास जर्नल एंट्री फॉर द नेक्स्ट चैप्टर. तो पहले हम देखते हैं ये रूल्स किस बेस पे है. सो स्टूडेंट्स, टू नो द डबल इफेक्ट वी रिक्वायर टू अंडरस्टैंड द टाइप्स ऑफ अकाउंट. अर्लियर वी हैव अंडरस्टूड ट्रांजैक्शन, दैट मीन्स टाइप ऑफ ट्रांजैक्शन which are the cash transactions and credit transaction. So by getting the information of cash or credit transaction, you will be able to know that which account is going to be considered as your cash effect or which a transaction will be having credit effect. So after then, before going to dual effect, we are about to understand types of accounts. Why? Because these types of accounts will be having rules of debit and credit. And on that rules of debit and credit, we are about to give two effects, the account which is going to be debited and the account which is going to be credited. So students, that accounts are being classified into two important types, that is personal account and impersonal account. Personal account means what? That accounts relating to person. Person means what? Living person. Living person means what? Humans. That means the account relating to living persons, that is called as personal account. Or at the same time, the accounts which are not relating to living person, that is called as impersonal account. Simple है बच्चों. ओके तो इम्पर्सनल अकाउंट मीन्स व्हाट, जो अकाउंट्स लिविंग पर्सन के साथ एसोसिएट नहीं हो उस अकाउंट को हम इम्पर्सनल अकाउंट बोलते हैं। तो इम्पर्सनल अकाउंट्स आर बीन क्लासिफाइड इनटू टू थिंग्स, दैट इज रियल अकाउंट एंड नॉमिनल अकाउंट। So originally we are having three types of accounts, that is personal account, real account and nominal account, and we are having rules of debit credit that is relating to personal account, real account and nominal account. On the basis of such, the accounts which are being involved in any of the transactions, that is going to be debited and credited. So these are dual effect, and as if we are following double entry system. So one account is going to be debited and one account is going to be credited. So such debit and credit can be based on debit and credit rules. तो अब बात करते हैं बच्चों, फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल लेट अस डिस्कस पर्सनल अकाउंट। एकदम सिंपल है, एकदम इजी है, ओके, जस्ट कॉन्सेंट्रेट प्रॉपरली। दीज आर द इंपॉर्टेंट एस्पेक्ट्स ऑफ योर पर्सनल अकाउंट। दोज अकाउंट्स रिलेटिंग टू पर्सन विच इज लिविंग पर्सन or any artificial person which is having legal existence in the eyes of law, that is called as artificial person. That means the accounts relating to living person as well as non-living person which are called as artificial persons which are having legal existence in the eyes of law, that is called as your personal account. अब कौन से अकाउंट्स जो है उसको हम पर्सनल अकाउंट बोलेंगे? चलो, लिविंग पर्सन तो हम भी आपको जानते हैं, ओके, आप मुझे जानते हो, दैट मीन्स व्हाट, आप, मैं, वी आर कंसिडर एज लिविंग पर्सन। दैट मीन्स रमेश अकाउंट, महेश अकाउंट, जयेश अकाउंट, सुरेश अकाउंट, अरविंद अकाउंट, केतन अकाउंट, these all are living person, human beings. That means accounts relating to these human beings are called as personal account. Second, artificial person means what? Any partnership firm, company, banks, public institutions, charitable trusts, schools, colleges, hospitals. These kind of accounts are called as artificial person. That means SBI bank account, ICICI bank account, HDFC bank account, VS hospital account, Reliance Industries account, Ambika Furniture Mart account. These all are artificial persons. And that's why the account relating to these artificial persons are also called as personal account. The accounts relating to receivables and payables, that means it is relating to the amount which is about to be received and the amount which is about to be paid in future, that is called as receivables and payables. These are having relationship with creditors and debtors. That means creditors and debtors are also involved person. That's why the accounts relating to creditors, debtors, bills payable, bills receivable are also called as personal account. Main important thing बच्चों, the accounts relating to owner, okay, that is also called as personal account, and owner will be having the account which is called as capital account, drawings account, income tax, life insurance premium, income tax refund account. This is also called as personal account, as if these are associated with the owner's account. The amount invested by the owner himself from his personal property to the business, that is called as capital. So instead of recording the person's name here as if he is owner, that's why we are about to record capital account. And capital what? Capital is involved with a person, and that's why capital is also called as a personal account. Drawings means what, bacho? The amount which has been withdrawn from the firm for his personal use, that is called as drawings. Once again, person is going to be included. That means what? Drawings is associated with the owner, and that's why drawing is also called as personal account. What is the rule of personal account? Debit the receiver एंड क्रेडिट द गिवर। देखिए बच्चों, ट्रांजैक्शन में हमने पहले ही बात किया कि ड्यूअल इफेक्ट विल ऑलवेज हैव टू इफेक्ट, वन शुड बी डेबिटेड, वन शुड बी क्रेडिटेड। सो विच अकाउंट इज गोइंग टू बी डेबिटेड, विच अकाउंट इज गोइंग टू बी क्रेडिटेड? सो दैट इज बेस्ड ऑन सच रूल. Debit the receiver, credit the giver. Debit all those person who are receiving and credit all those persons account who are giver. Debit all the persons who are going to receive the benefit, okay, and credit all those persons account who are giving benefit. That's why debit the receiver, credit the giver. I'll explain such thing, such rule with the example also. But before that, let us understand second type of account, that is real account. So you will be getting proper understanding also. Second type of account is real account. These three accounts, that is types of account, personal account, real account, nominal account, तीन बच्चों बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. Just go through it properly, okay? You will definitely going to get benefited in the next chapter. The accounts relating to goods and assets, that is called as real account. Goods means what? Purchase account, sales account. You may write goods account, but the problem is that whenever you will mention goods account, we might be having confusion that whether it is purchase or sales. So instead of recording only goods account, we are being classified with purchase account and sales account. That means you will immediately come to know that as if it is purchase account, that means you have purchased goods comes into your business. The same way, if you will mention sales account, then you will immediately come to know that yes, by selling goods, the goods goes out from the business. So just only mere mentioning goods account, instead of mentioning goods account, we should have to mention the process or the activity, that means purchase account and sales account. These are of goods related account, and that's why this is also called as real account. The next, that is goods return account. Which kind of goods return account, bacho? Okay, that is purchase return account and sales account. You have purchased goods. Suppose if it is of not as per your sample, suppose it is of your inferior quality goods, then you should have to return such goods. Whenever you are returning goods to your supplier, then that is called as your purchase return. If your customer return goods to you, that is called as your sales return. That means these are the accounts relating to goods, and that means goods related transactions, goods related accounts are called as your real account. Next accounts, that means what? The accounts relating to assets. Building account, machinery account, furniture account, cash account, vehicles account, that means motor car account, investment account, all kind of accounts are relating to your assets. That means assets related accounts are also called as your real account. The goods goes out from the business other than sales, that is also called as real account. Which are those examples? See, goods burned by fire. We have not sold out goods, bacho. Okay, the goods which was lying in my godown, and suppose if it has been burned by fire, that means what? It is just only considered as goods goes out from the business other than sales. Goods distributed as sample, free sample for advertisement purpose. Whenever such kind of goods has been distributed as free sample, that is also called as goods goes out from the business other than sales. We are not receiving profit from the distribution of such goods. That's why this is also called as a part of real account. Goods stolen away, goods withdrawn for personal use, okay, goods destroyed by an accident. These all kind of goods which are going out from the business other than sales, that is also having relation as a part of real account. Main important, that is rule of real account. That means what is the rule of real account? That is debit what comes in, credit what goes out. फर्स्ट रूल कौन सा था बच्चों पर्सनल अकाउंट का? डेबिट द रिसीवर, द पर्सन. Whenever the person is receiving anything, suppose the person is receiver, then person's account is going to be debited, and suppose the person is giver, always think on behalf of firm. You are not about to think for your own. You are not about to think for yourself. You are working on behalf of firm. You are owner instead of firm. You are working for your firm, and that's why the accounts or the transactions which are going to be there for, that is for your business, and you are about to record the accounts for your business. And that's why, bacho, you have to think on behalf of firm. Those persons who are receiver, that person's account is going to be debited. Those persons are giver, that person's account is going to be credited. Same way, bacho, debit what comes in, that means whatever comes into your business, that is going to be debited, and whatever goes out from your business, that is going to be credited. Goods or assets, if it comes into the business, then it is called as debit. If goods or asset, if it goes out from the business, then it should be credited. ओके, अब बच्चों मैंने कहा था उस हिसाब से मैं एक एग्जांपल आपको बोल रहा हूं, ध्यान से सुनना. ₹5,000 गिवन टू महेश. अब बच्चों ये 5,000 किसने दिया? फर्म ने दिया, मैंने नहीं, ओनर ने नहीं. The transaction where it is recorded in your business. सो इसका मतलब ₹5,000 गिवन टू महेश. ओके, तो महेश को 5,000 किसने दिया? बिजनेस ने दिया. चलिए अब आपको सोचना है कि बाय गिविंग 5,000 रुपीज टू महेश, which are the effects, which accounts are being involved. Okay, that to identify such thing, first of all let us once again discuss the transaction. ₹5,000 given to Mahesh. Two accounts are there बच्चों, एक महेश अकाउंट एंड एक कैश अकाउंट. ₹5,000 given to Mahesh, this is your cash transaction. You may say ₹5,000 paid to Mahesh. एक कैश अकाउंट इन्वॉल्व हो रहा है और एक जो है वो महेश अकाउंट इन्वॉल्व हो रहा है. महेश, हु इज महेश? महेश इज अ पर्सन. व्हाट हैपन्स टू महेश? महेश इज रिसीविंग 5,000 रुपीज कैश. एज इफ ही इज रिसीविंग, that means Mahesh is a person. Shall we say that as if he is person, it will be considered as personal account? So Mahesh account, that is personal account. What is the rule of personal account बच्चों? Debit the receiver. What Mahesh is doing? Mahesh is receiver. That's why Mahesh account is to be debited. इस transaction में पर्सनल अकाउंट और रियल अकाउंट दोनों इन्वॉल्व हो रहे हैं. कैसे? एक महेश अकाउंट, दैट मीन्स पर्सन अकाउंट. एक अकाउंट है कैश अकाउंट. कैश अकाउंट मीन्स रियल अकाउंट, क्योंकि मैंने पहले ही बोला गुड्स रिलेटेड अकाउंट्स, एट द सेम टाइम एसेट्स रिलेटेड अकाउंट, दैट इज कॉल्ड एज योर रियल अकाउंट. तो कैश इज ऑल्सो कॉल्ड एज एसेट एंड दैट्स वाई कैश अकाउंट इज कॉल्ड एज रियल अकाउंट. What is the rule of real account? Debit what comes in, credit what goes out. That means by paying ₹5,000 to Mahesh, cash of ₹5,000 goes out from the business. Cash of ₹5,000 goes out from the business. That's why debit what comes in, credit what goes out, cash goes out. That's why cash account is going to be credited. So the transaction is what? ₹5,000 paid or given to Mahesh. That means Mahesh account will be debited and cash account will be credited. Such transaction will be having two effects, and two effects, that is Mahesh account will be debited and cash account will be credited. I hope you have understood properly. Okay. Next transactions will be discussed later on, but this is just only brief idea regarding your personal account and real account, at the same time dual effect of your transaction. Now let's discuss the third account. एकदम सिंपल है बच्चों. Okay, the accounts relating to expenses and losses, at the same time the accounts relating to incomes or gains, that is called as your nominal account. All kind of business expenses, that is going to be considered as your nominal account. All kind of business income, that is called as your nominal account. Which are those expenses? Salary account, wages account, rent account, postage and telegram expense, that is, this is your expense. That means postage and telegram account, stationery expense account, advertisement expense account, depreciation, insurance premium, carriage account. These are called as your expenses, and all kind of expenses or loss of the firm, that is to be considered as your nominal account. Next, there is your income. That means rent received account, interest received account, commission received account, dividend received account, discount received account. That means all kind of incomes are also called as your nominal account. So if you find any transaction which is having expenses or income, immediately you will come to know that yes, okay, this is income, that's why this is your nominal account. This is expense, that's why this is your nominal account. So the rule of nominal account, simple. Debit all expenses and losses, debit all expenses and losses, credit all incomes and gains. If your transaction will be having expense, then expense will be debited. If the transaction will be having income, then the incomes are going to be credited. Suppose एक example लेते हैं, paid salary of ₹10,000. Which type of transaction it is, beta? Okay, this is your cash transaction. Cash transaction means what? Cash is definitely going to be exchanged, and that's why paid salary of ₹10,000. So cash is going to be exchanged. For what purpose cash is going to be exchanged? For the payment of salary. Who is paying salary? Or business or a firm is paying salary. And as if firm or business is paying salary, salary would be considered as your expense. So as per the rule, expenses are always going to be debited. And second thing, for the payment of salary, cash goes out. That's why cash means real account, and the rule of real account is debit what comes in, credit what goes out. So by payment of salary, the amount of cash goes out from the business. So two accounts will be there. First one, that is salary, and next one, that is your cash. Salary account is going to be debited and cash account will be going to be credited. So one transaction, two effects. That's why one effect will be debited, second effect will be credited. These kind of things are called as dual effect. As we are following double entry system, that's why these rules, three types of account and the rules of types of account, that is most important. Before moving to dual effect, first of all, you should have to identify that which particular account will be called as personal account, real account, or nominal account. That means classification is must. By getting the information of personal account, real account, nominal account only, you can be able to apply the rule of debit and credit. So let us understand one example. Question will be given to you as classify the following accounts according to its types. You will be given a list of different name of account. You should have to identify that which particular account will be personal account, real account, and nominal account. By getting information that this is real account, personal account, nominal account, you should have to prepare a table and have to mention those accounts in a respective columns. So this is called as classification of your accounts. I had already solved the question, but the list of the name of accounts will be given to you and you are supposed to classify them to your personal account, real account, nominal account. Let us discuss first of all this thing. Suppose if it has been said Alka Stores account. Alka means personal. Okay, Alka Stores, this is your artificial person. An artificial person means it is called as personal account, and personal account will be recorded to your personal account. Next one, that is BOI's account. This is bank. Bank means artificial person. LIC's account, this is your personal account. Bank loan, that means it is relating to person. Loan given to Amit, once again relating to person. Capital account relating to owner. Prepaid rent account, that means amount has already been paid in advance. That's why it is relating to person. Outstanding salary, that means the amount is payable. The amount is due but not paid, that is called as outstanding. And outstanding salary, that is also relating to a person to whom we are about to pay. That's why the amount is payable, and that's why this is called as your personal account. Income tax account. But once again, bacho, income tax is relating to owner. Owner's income, tax on owner's income. That's why this is your personal expense and this is your drawings. And that's why this is also called as your personal account. That's why it has been recorded in your personal account column. Bills payable. Once again, this is also relating to person. Now, if it is given cash account, cash means what? Asset. That means what? The accounts relating to goods, assets, as well as the cash, that is called as your real account. Cash account, furniture, that is what? Asset. Loose tools, asset. Stationery stock, that is asset. We have not been provided stationery expense here. Bacho, dhyan se dekhna. This is your stationery stock. Any kind of stock lying in your godown unsold, that is called as your asset. Here it is the stationery which you have purchased. Out of that purchase, the certain number of stationery that is remaining left, which has been unused. That's why this is called as stationery stock. And still it has not been used. That is called as your asset. Machinery account. Arvind Mills shares. That means this is your investment. You have invested in the shares of Arvind Mill. That's why this is your investment. And the investment, that is called as your real account. Post office savings certificate account, that this is also your investment, and investments is called as your asset, and assets are called as your real account. Now let us understand regarding your nominal account. What do you require in nominal account? All kind of business expenses and all kind of business incomes, that is called as your nominal account. Carriage account, that is your expense. Salary, expense. Interest received, that is income. Insurance premium, the amount which has been paid for any kind of insurance which has been taken by you for your business purpose, that is for your goods, for your assets, the amount of insurance premium which has been paid, that is also called as your expense, and that's why this is called as your nominal account. Bad debt, the amount irrecoverable from the debtors, that is called as your bad debt, that is your loss, and that's why this is called as your nominal account. Depreciation account, bad debt return, the amount earlier which has been written off, now it has been received back, that is called as bad debt return, and this is called as your income, and incomes are recorded in nominal account. So students, I hope you have understood properly. If you have any doubt, please message me. Stay safe, stay happy, take care. Thank you very much. Goodbye.